Welcome. Today's topic of discussion is why asking for your intimacy needs to be met only makes things worse. So, I can't tell you how many people I run across who express their perplexity and frustration over the fact that they are trying to build connection in their relationship and they're doing what is widely recommended, which is to express their needs to their partner. And all they really want to do is to connect more deeply with their partner, to find a way back to that heartfelt intimacy and the joy of physical intimacy. And yet, the efforts that they're doing to connect with their partner, expressing their needs, is actually just causing more distance because their partner gets defensive and they don't know what to do. So, I wanted to talk about exactly what is going on there because it's pretty reliable science, actually. So, um, intimacy is a multi-layered cake, so to speak, and the the most obvious layer of that cake is physical intimacy. But by the time that physical intimacy has kind of gone missing in the relationship, there's so many other things that have broken down first before that in order to lead to that result. And so that's kind of why someone gets pushback when they ask for physical intimacy, in a sense, because the what supports the mood and the desire that makes physical intimacy natural is missing. So, what those other layers are is energetic intimacy and emotional intimacy. And this brings to mind for me, I used to ride and train horses. That was my passion when I was a very young, young teens and 20s person. And so, one of the reflections that I had about working with horses was it used to be like people would be riding and then the horse would buck and they'd be like, oh, the horse was naughty. Things went wrong. They only noticed that things went wrong in the communication with the horse when the horse bucked. But what I started to reflect on was how many things went wrong in the communication with the horse leading up to that point that made the horse want to buck. And I endeavored to interact with horses in a way that they never got to a place of wanting to buck, that I was attending to the subtle cues and the subtle qualities of communication with the horse so that I could experience harmony with the horse in this subtle level that the horse would never even feel like bucking. So it's the same kind of thing in relationship where physical intimacy needs to be supported by these invisible qualities of intimacy, energetic intimacy, and emotional intimacy. So the reason it doesn't work to share with your partner, I need more intimacy. It's okay, that you want to have a discussion. Hey, what are we doing with our relationship? How can we make this better? That's totally fine. But the question of asking, like, I need more intimacy, if your communication gives your partner the impression that you are asking them to be intimate physically when the rest of the foundation hasn't been addressed yet, you're going to get pushback because it's the rest of the foundation that makes somebody feel like being physically intimate. So repairing intimacy in the relationship is a much more subtle process than asking for more intimacy. Now, I will say, if the reason why intimacy has gone by the wayside is because of being busy, um, or because of physical energy level challenges, then a logistic conversation is completely appropriate. Like, hey, that's where couples need to actually sit down and say, okay, this is important to both of us. How are we going to optimize our opportunities to connect in this way? Because we have to do it at, we have to figure out the timing, we have to figure out the energy, that's fine. But when the connection is not inspiring physical intimacy, then we don't start by saying, hey, I need physical intimacy. We start by looking at what are the dynamics, how are both partners feeling, and what are the dynamics that are contributing to that feeling. So this is also why I stand in the approach to relationship of connecting with divine love inside yourself, because the capacity for um, joy and love in your emotional connection with yourself and your awareness of energetic connection with your partner is so much higher when you rebalance yourself by connecting with divine love on the inside. So it makes it much easier to flow into physical intimacy when you have that inner connection with divine love that's supporting how you show up emotionally and energetically with your partner. And so that's why that's the key, in my opinion, to relationship and also to how I work with people. I hope that that clarified something about the pushback of needs, that the pushback that people get when they ask for their needs to be met, particularly their intimacy needs to be met. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below or shoot me a DM. I would love to cover any of your questions in a future Facebook Live. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.